Good morning, all of you. My dear students, here is Dr. Pramod Ammadasra Pawar, Director, Internal Quality Assurance Cell, and Assistant Professor, Department of English, Sant Dnyaneshwar Mahavidyalaya, Soegaon, District Aurangabad. So today, I am very much interested to talk about one of the grammatical parts which is prescribed for your syllabus of BA second year, compulsory English. So the topic which is entitled here is simple sentences, subject and predicate. So as you know that what is subject and what is predicate. So he is reading a book, he is subject, and he is reading a book is predicate. So this is very simple to understand a clear-cut difference between the subject and predicate. But before that, this lecture is specially designed for understanding the subject-verb agreement, how the subject and verb agreement is made. So I'm making a video on this and which will be helpful for you to exactly understand the difference and the necessity of the agreement between the subject and verb in grammar and how much it is important you will understand in the course of time. So actually there are some problems which are naturally involved in the subject verb agreement, and we are going to look into this matter, look into certain problems that the learners of English language as a second language, learners of second language, they naturally face. And there are many mistakes that you usually commit while speaking in English, while writing in English. And I would like to give a few examples through which you can exactly understand how to overcome the grammatical problems that you usually make or commit while talking about the subject verb agreement. So here in the subject verb agreement, there are certain issues which are very important to be dealt with. That is, we need to understand whether the subject is singular or plural. While speaking or while writing, most of the times we forget about the singularity or plurality of the subject. So it's crucial to focus whether the subject is singular or plural. Based on that, we are supposed to deal with the subject verb agreement in the sentence. So in case of two nouns or pronouns which constitute the subject, the verb agreement, and the first subject or the second subject, that matters in the subject verb agreement. There are many examples we can come across for understanding the subject verb agreement. So usually you come across the expression like one off, the use of one off. Whenever you use one off, then it must be followed by a plural noun. One off is the expression one off is followed by a plural noun, but it always takes a singular word. The expression tells us that there should be a plural noun, but what is important is here that you need to use a singular verb. One example I would like to give in this regard. I got one of the books from the library. This is a very simple example. I got one of the books from the library. So here the expression is one of, okay. Here expression is one of, and in one of you have to make the plural of the object, that is the books, instead of calling only a book. Okay, so in this fashion there is a difference. मी लायब्ररीमधून अनेक पुस्तकापैकी एक पुस्तक घेतलं, वन ऑफ द बुक्स. आता हे झाला वन पार्ट. तर याच्यामध्ये इन दिस सेन्स आय गिव्ह यू अनदर एक्झाम्पल. वन ऑफ माय बुक्स has been stolen. One of my books has been lost. So in this sentence, one of my books means I had many books with me, and out of that one book has been lost. So if you make the sentence like this, one of my books have been lost. So this is completely an ungrammatical sentence. This is totally wrong. So instead of this, you should make the sentence like one of my books, one of my books has been lost or has been stolen. So you should not say have been stolen. So whenever there is the expression one of, you should use has instead of have. It means you should use the singular sense instead of having a plural one. So there are many other examples. For example, one of my sisters is married to a college teacher. Or in the sentence you should not say are. For example, one of my sisters is married to a college teacher, not like that. So here one of expression must be used whenever there is something about its singularity. The verb should be singular. One of my sisters is. You cannot say this, one of my sisters are. Usually you may get confused because of my sisters. So my sisters means sisters, a plural is there, so that becomes naturally plural. So you can say that one of my sisters are, not sisters are. So you have to use one of my sisters is. It means you are talking about one, you are not talking about all sisters. One of my sisters is married to a college teacher. So this is the example. So you should be very careful about using such expressions. One of my books has been lost. One of my books has been lost. This is the best example you can keep in your mind to understand this thoroughly. So this is a subject verb agreement, and in the subject verb agreement, pay your attention to the singularity or the plurality of the subject, and it must be followed by the correct verb. Instead of plural verbs, you are supposed to use the singular verb. So a subject has two or more nouns most of the times, and pronouns joined by and it takes a plural verb. So let's have a few examples regarding to this. When a subject consists of two or more nouns and pronouns joined by and it takes a plural verb. For example, Anil and Sham have not returned yet. So here are two people, Anil and Sham. Anil and Sham, these are the two persons, two people. So as they are plural, so we have to use the plural verb. Anil and Sham have not written it. If you make the sentence like Anil and Sham has not written it, that is totally wrong. So this agreement between the subject and the verb must be understood in this regard. So Anil and Sham have not written it. That is the correct example. So one more example I can give you that Pramod, she and I were present at the meeting. So look at the sentence, which is very important in this regard. So Pramod, okay, one, Pramod is my name, and she, okay, then I. So suppose here in this sentence, Pramod is a different person, another person. Pramod, then she and I. So in the subject, there are three names. One is the proper name and followed by the pronouns. Two pronouns are there. I'm talking about the name Pramod, then she, SHE, then I. Look at the three things. So after that, what should be used? Was present at the meeting correct? Or were present at the meeting? Which is the correct one? So here generally we say that after after I, it is followed by the